Okay, welcome to another video of my page. Okay, by the way, my name is Sir Jodel, and this is Civil Service Examination. Topic natin is averages and rounding. So medyo madali lang to compare sa mga previous nating videos. So number one, the average of 6 number is 4. If the average of those two numbers is 2, what is the average of the other 4 numbers? So here, we're talking about average. So kung pag pag-uusapan natin yung average, paano yan? To get or obtain an average, we need to i-add natin lahat ng numbers, then i-divide by the number of numbers or number of values, okay, to obtain the average. So, ganun yung ginagawa para makuha yung grade, okay, or the general weighted average in your school. So, i-add lahat ng mga final grades ng bawat subjects, then i-divide by kung ilang subjects meron kayo to obtain the general weighted average, okay? So, going back, first statement, sabi dito, the average of 6 number is 4. So, ipapalagay natin na yung average, yung mga numbers natin are A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay? So, sabi dito, yung anim na number, meron siyang average na 4. So, again, to obtain the average, we need to add lahat ng number, then i-divide by the number of values. So, in this case, anim yung number. So, mag-divide tayo ng 6 to get the average of 4. Okay, so this is the first statement. The average of 6 number is 4. Second statement, if the average of those two numbers is 2 daw, so the average of two numbers is 2 naman daw. Okay, so before that, yung ginawa ko dito is cross-multiply lang yung 6 multiply by 4. So obtain this one, okay? Para hindi na siya maging fraction. So we have A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus E plus F, which is equal to 24. So, ibig sabihin, pag inad natin lahat ng numbers, we will obtain 24. Okay? But, it says here that the sum of two numbers is 2. So, ipapalagay natin na yung dalawang number na yun is A and B. Sabi dito, the average of two number, which is your A and B, is 2. So, magdi-divide tayo ng 2 to obtain the average 2. Bakit 2? Kasi dalawa lang yung inad natin. Okay? So, yung una natin, we did divide by 6 kasi 6 yung numbers na inad natin to obtain the average 4. Okay? So, here naman, we divide 2 because we're adding only two numbers, which is your A and B, to obtain the average 2. Okay? Then cross-multiply again. Therefore, A plus B is equal to 4. Ibig sabihin yung value ng A at saka ng B is equal to 4. So, para makuha natin yung average ng iba pang 4 numbers, ito yung C, D, E, F, substitute natin yung value ng A plus B, which is 4, in this equation. So, magiging 4 plus C plus D plus E plus E, F na siya, is equal to 24. Yung 4 na to, ililipat sa kabila, magiging negative. So, magma-minus tayo. 24 minus 4 is equal to 20. Ibig sabihin, yung sum ng C, D, E, F is equal to 20. Okay, so ulitin lang natin para makuha yung average. We need to divide this by, in this case, we're dividing by 4. So, magdi-divide tayo ng 4 in the case of 20. Okay? Since the sum of C, D, E, F is 20, so magiging 20 to, magdi-divide tayo ng 4, and the answer is 5. That means the average of the other 4 numbers is 5. Number 2. Kate got a 56 on her first math test. On her second math test, she raised her grade by 12%. What was her grade? So here naman, yung unang math test daw ni Kate, nakakuha siya ng 56 na score or ng grade. Sa kanyang ikalawang math test, kailangan niyang or tinaasan niya yung grade niya by 12%. So ano na yung magiging grade ni Kate on her second math test? Paano natin isa-solve to? Ito lang, napakadali lang. So, para mahanap yung second math test grade niya, we need to add the first math test niya by the 12% increase kasi. Kailangan niyang merong increased sa kanyang grade by 12%. So, hahanapin natin yung 12% ng 56, then i-add natin by 56. Okay? So, we have 56 plus the 12% of the 56. So 12% is also the same as 0.12. Okay? Then simplify 0.12 times 56 is 6.72. Odd by 56, the answer is 62.72. Since we're talking about rounding, we need to round off nearest tenths. Kasi yung mga choices natin is nasa tenths place lang siya. So instead of 62.72, the second math test grade of Kate is 62.7. Number 3. A skyscraper is 548 meters high, and the building's owners decide to increase its height by 3%. How high would be the skyscraper be after the increase? So, merong pagtaas. So, unang height ng skyscraper natin is 548 meters down. Okay? So, nag-decide yung may-ari ng building na kailangan niyang taasan yung building by 3%. So, ano na yung magiging height ng skyscraper pagkatapos ng pagdagdag ng 3% na taas? Okay? So, to solve for that, katulad kanina ng question number 2, we need to add the before height, which is 548, by the 3% of that height. Okay? Or that is simply 548. Ito yung unang taas. Magdadagdag tayo ng 3% or 0.03 ng taas ng nauna, which is 548. Okay? Then simplify. The product of this is 16.44. Add by 548, the answer is 564.44. When rounding off to the nearest whole number, we get 564, and the answer is letter D. Okay? So, yung magiging taas ng skyscraper after an increase of 3% by its original height is 564 meters na. Number 4. Janet makes homemade dolls. Currently, she produces 23 dolls per month. If she increased her production by 18%, how many dolls would Janet produce each month? Ganon din yung case na question number 2 and question number 3. We will solve the question number 4. Ganon din yung process. Okay? So, kukunin natin. Okay, dati meron tayong 23 dolls. Kailangan niyang magkaroon ng dagdag na production. Okay, sa ginagawa niyang dolls by 18%. Okay, so to get the number of dolls na kaya ma-produce ni Janet each month, we will add the 18% of the original production of dolls to that original. Okay, ibig sabihin, 23 plus the 18% or the 0.18 of 23. By calculator, 0.18 times 23 is 4.14. And add by 23, the answer is 27.14. Rounding off to the nearest whole number, since doll to, wala namang hating doll, so whole number yung kailangang final answer. Thus, 27.14 when rounded off to the nearest whole number is 27. So 27 ang kayang magawa ni Janet kung kailangan niya ng pagtaas sa production by 18%. Number 5. A class contains an equal number of boys and girls, so pareho daw yung bilang ng babae at lalaki. Okay, sa loob ng kwarto. Kung meron tayong 20 boys, 20 din yung girls. The average height of the boys is 62 inches. So yung average daw na taas, or yung katamtamang taas ng mga kalalakihan is 62 inches daw. While on the case of all students, yung average height combination of boys and girls, yung taas naman is 60 inches na. The question is, ano naman yung average height of the girls in the class? So take note that the number of girls is also equal to the number of boys. Okay? So ibig sabihin, n over 2 plus n over 2 for the girls is equal to n, which is the total number of populations. Okay? Since pareho na naman sila, yung gagawin natin dito is to get the average height of all students. Paano yun? I-add na natin yung height ng boys at saka yung height ng girls divide by 2 since we're adding 2 factors here or values. Yung height ng lalaki at saka yung height ng babae. Mag-divide tayo ng 2. Okay? To obtain the average height of the total students in a class. Okay? So alam naman natin na yung HB natin or the height of the boys is 62, so papalitan natin siya later. At yung height naman ng mga student, lahat ng student is 60 inches. Okay? Then, yung ginawa ko dito, cross-multiply lang yung 2, minultiply ko to h sub t. Okay? So, ito yung height ng pangkalahatan or general. Okay? So, kaya naging hb plus height of the girls is equal to 2 times the height of all students. So, substitute natin. Yung height ng mga kalalakihan, 62. Yung height ng mga kababaihan, hinahanap pa natin. Then, yung height ng mga pangkalahatan is 60. Okay? Then, simplify. 2 times 60 is 120. Yung 62 ililipat sa kabila, magiging negative. So, 120 minus 62 is 58. Thus, the average height of the girl in the class is 58 inches. That's the answer. Number 6. Elijah drove 45 miles to his job in an hour and 10 minutes in the morning. On the way home in the evening, however, traffic was much heavier at the same hook an hour and a half. What was his average speed in miles per hour for the round trip? So here, isi-solve natin yung average speed na tinahak ni Elijah. Okay? To get the average speed, simply divide the total distance traveled by the total time expended. Okay? So average speed is equal to distance over time. So alam natin na yung distance na tinahak ni Elijah is 45 miles papunta sa kanyang trabaho. Okay? Tapos pauwi pa siya additional 45 miles, kaya nag times 2 ako rito. Kasi dalawang 45 miles ang kayang tahakin ni Elijah. 45 papunta and 45 pauwi naman. And we get 90 miles in total. Okay, so take note, 2 times 45 is 90 miles. Yun yung distance natin. Okay? So yung unang time is papuntang work. Okay? So nag-expansion ng hour and 10 minutes in the morning. So we need to compute. Okay? Or rather convert minutes into hours since we're looking for the average speed in miles per hour for the round trip. Okay? So, i-convert natin yung unang time, which is 1 hour and 10 minutes, into hour. And the answer is 1.1667 hours. Okay? So, paano nakuha yung point 1667? That is by dividing 10 by 60. Okay? Para magiging hour yung minutes natin. Okay? So, again, 1 hour and 10 minutes is the same as 1.1667 hours. Next, yung time naman na pauwi siya, ito sabi dito, masyadong matraffic din daw. Okay? And the same traffic hook in hour and a half minutes naman. So yung half hour to, yung half hour is equal to 30 minutes, right? Okay? So yung time na pauwi, nala-consume or nala-expend ni Elijah is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Converting 1 hour and 30 minutes into hour, we have 1.5 hours. So, ito naman yung time na pauwi. So, to get the total time, for the round trip, we need to add the time papunta at yung time na pauwi. Okay, that is 1.1667 hours plus 1.5 hours. We get 2.6667 hours. So, ito na yung magiging total time for the round trip ni Elijah. So, to get the average speed, 90. Ito yung 90 miles kanina. I-divide na natin siya sa kabuuang time na tinahak ni Elijah, which is 2.667 hours. Okay? And the answer is 33.74959,578 miles per hour. When rounding off to the nearest, okay, possibilities of the answer here, kung whole number siya, the answer is 34. Okay? So, wala tayong 34. So, we will stick here. Numerical fraction. So we have 33.75, and 0.75 is equivalent to 3/4. And thus, the answer for number 6 is the letter C, 33 and 3/4 miles per hour. Number 7, ganun yung case na number 6. If Joey and Katrina hike an average of 3 miles per hour, about how long will it take them hike both the Beaverton Falls Trail which is 7.25 miles, and the Copper Creek Trail, which is 4.75 miles. Okay? So to get the average speed, ganoon din yung formula natin. Kukunin natin yung distance muna. Ilan yung distansya na tinahak ni Joey and Katrina upon hiking? So here, dinaanan nila yung Beaverton Falls Trails na merong 7.25 miles yung layo. Then we will add to the Copper Creek Trail na tinahak din nila, which has a 4.75 miles yung layo. And adding, we get a total distance of 12 miles. Ibig sabihin, yung hiniking ni Joey and Katrina is 12 miles. Okay? Then, we will look for the time. Yun yung tanong, how long will it take them? Ilang oras daw yung hiniking ni na Joey and Katrina? Okay? Okay, so paano natin kukunin yan? So, alam natin na yung average speed is given, which is 3 miles per hour. So, papalitan natin yung average speed with 3, yung distance with 12, and over time. Ito yung hinahanap natin. Cross-multiply lang natin. Okay, so si time mapupunta sa kabila, yung 3 mapupunta sa baba. Time is equal to 12 over 3 hours, or that is simply 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4 hours. So, the answer in number 7 is letter C. Okay, number 8. A pasta salad was chilled in a refrigerator at 38 degrees Fahrenheit overnight for 9 hours. The temperature of the pasta dish dropped from 86 degrees Fahrenheit to 38 degrees Fahrenheit. What was the average rate of cooling per hour? So here, we're looking for the average rate of cooling kada oras. Okay, so ano yung mga information na gagamitin natin? The information na kukunin natin is ito. Yung temperature daw is bumaba ng 86 degree Fahrenheit to 38 degrees Fahrenheit. So, ibig sabihin, yung final, okay, yung final temperature natin becomes 86 minus 38. Okay, and 86 minus 38 is 48. Mag-over tayo ng 9 hours since overnight for 9 hours yung time. Okay, bago ma-chilled yung ating pasta salad in a refrigerator at 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, simplify. 48 divided by 9 is 5.3333 degrees Fahrenheit per hour. When rounded to the nearest tens, we get 5.3 degrees per hour, and that is the answer. Last 2 questions. Number 9. Rachel spent 1,650 pesos on vegetables. She bought 2 pounds of onions, 3 pounds of carrots, and 1.5 pounds of mushrooms. Okay, bumili ng 2 pounds ng onion si Rachel. Napakamahal ng sibuyas ngayon. 3 pounds ng carrot, 1.5 pounds of mushroom. Yung onion, nagkakahalaga ng 400 pesos per pound, and the price of the carrots cost 214.5 pesos per pound. The question is, ano yung presyo per pound ng mushroom? So, our equation is the value of onions plus the value of carrots plus the value of mushroom is equal to 1,650, since ito yung ginastos ni Rachel para sa vegetables. Okay? So, to find the onions, we need to multiply the mass na nabili ng onions by the price of onions per pound. Okay? Since 2 pounds yung binili ni Rachel, we need to multiply it by 400. 400 is the price of the onion to obtain the total cost of the onion, which is 800. Okay? In the case of carrot, 3 pounds yung binili. Yung halaga ng carrot is 214.5 per pound. That means the total cost of the carrot is 643.5. In the case of mushroom, binili niya is 1.5 pounds. Hindi natin alam yung price. We're looking for the price of the mushroom. So, magkano kaya yung presyo ng mushroom per pound? Okay? By substitution, yung onion again is 800. Yung carrot natin is 643.5. And our mushroom is 1.5x. X here is the cost of the mushroom per pound. Okay? Which is equal to 1,650. Ito yung kabuang presyo na ginastos ni Rachel. So, combined terms, 800 plus 643 is 1,443. Then, ililipat natin ito sa kabila kasama ni 1,650 to obtain 206.5. Okay? And to find the value of x, divide both sides by 1.5 to get 137.666. When rounding up to the nearest tens, the answer is 137.7. That means the price per pound of mushroom is 137.7 pesos. Last, a roast was cooked at $325 Fahrenheit in the oven for 4 hours. The internal temperature rose from 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. What was the average rise in temperature per hour? So katulad kanina sa paghahanap ng average rate of cooling, hahanapin naman natin yung average rate of heating. Okay? Na kung saan yung final heat natin is 145 degrees Fahrenheit and our initial heat is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? So para makuha yung rate na to, we will subtract. Okay? So ano yung pagbabago? So from 145, from 32 degrees Fahrenheit naging 145, so there is a change in 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Yun yung difference nila. Okay? Then, i-divide natin by the time na kailangan maluto yung roast natin for 4 hours. Okay? And 113 divided by 4 is 28.25. When rounding to the nearest tens, we get 28.3. Wala dito. But meron tayong 28.25. Thus, that is the final answer. Okay? The final answer for item number 10 is 28.25 degrees Fahrenheit per hour. So, dito na tayo nagtatapos sa averages and rounding. Anong oras na? Okay. See you on my next video.